Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, smash that subscribe button, turn your notification so you are notified each time I upload. And please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I am saying shout out to every one of you for the support you all shower me here with. I am grateful, and you all are super sweet. So, an African American man actually made a video about how Mr. Bates went to some countries in Africa to build well, right? Like, water, right? And some people do not like it because you all already know white savior mentality and all that. And some palm-colored people also fired back at black people, and they were telling black people that you all do not help one another, and you all are out there, like screaming and shouting that a white person is helping you all. Like, we all are supposed to be grateful that Mr. Bates went to Africa to build wells, and they are, he is doing something great. What Africans could not do for themselves, that he is doing it for Africans. So you all shouldn't be ungrateful, and be grateful to them for all they do for black people. Let's get into this video.
The biggest YouTuber in the world, Mr. Beast, just posted a video of him digging 100 wells in Africa. And I got to say, as an African myself, I'm not impressed, because I am sick and tired of watching these palm-colored influencers using African villages as a stage for their white savior propaganda. Issues like poverty, disease, and bad drinking water are not exclusive to African regions. Flint, Michigan is a good example of an American city that got all three of those things. But Mr. Beast made the intentional choice to go to an African village to make a big show of his great humanitarianism. Why? Because Western society is so conditioned to thinking of the entire continent of Africa as being beneath them that they will see no problem with people like Mr. Beast exploiting the images of children for financial gain and for an ego boost. And I know in his heart he thinks he's doing the right thing, but with as big of a platform as he has, he's actually propagating imagery that says Western society is higher, African society is lower, and they need our help. And if history has told us anything, we know for a fact that, your help doesn't help. The biggest YouTuber in the world, Mr. Beast, just posted a video of him digging 100 wells in Africa.
And you've somehow managed to be offended by that. Let's talk about it. So I'm going to go through this video piece by piece because I legitimately could not be more annoyed. So let's get into it.
As an African myself, I'm not impressed.
Yeah, Mr. Beast couldn't care if you're impressed. You don't have to be impressed. As you claim to be an African yourself, what have you done for the people in Africa? Anything at all? I bet not.
I am sick and tired of watching these palm-colored influencers using African villages as a stage for their white savior propaganda.
So you're upset that white people are helping black people. He wouldn't have to if black people helped black people. He wouldn't have to if Africans helped Africans. But they don't. And you say white savior propaganda? See, propaganda by definition is biased and misleading. There's nothing misleading about this. He is their white savior. And I think the 100 villages that he provided water for, where the women of that village no longer have to spend their entire day carting water back and forth. Yeah, I think they're pretty fucking happy. I don't think they give a fuck about the skin color of the person who hooked them up. These pumps and wells will provide water for these villages for the next 30 years. So yeah, he is their savior. And because he's white, I guess you can call him a white savior.
Issues like poverty, disease, and bad drinking water are not exclusive to African regions. Flint, Michigan is a good example of an American city that got all three of those things.
Yeah, but here's the difference, dude. Flint, Michigan has the ability to fix those problems. Like, we in America have the money to fix that problem. Now, the shitty fucking government of nothing but Democrats isn't getting it done, but that's because of their failures of leadership, not a funding problem. However, over in Africa, their governments don't have the ability to help. They don't have the time and the money to get it done. And here's the thing. Even if Mr. Beast had went to Flint, Michigan and fixed their water problem, you'd say he was trying to be a white savior to the black people of Flint, Michigan. And then you'd probably also talk shit about how he only helps Americans. But you just want to be upset that he helped Africans, a people you claim to be a part of. Like, who gets mad at somebody for bringing water to villages full of children? Like, do you understand how much you have to hate white people to not want them to be able to do that?
Because Western society is so conditioned to thinking of the entire continent of Africa as being beneath them that they will see no problem with people like Mr. Beast exploiting the images of children for financial gain and for an ego boost.
First of all, the vast majority of the African continent are third world countries. People in Africa are still dying of conditions that we haven't heard of in America since the Oregon Trail. So yes, most of Africa is beneath the rest of the world. It's certainly beneath the most prosperous country on the fucking planet. And that's why he wants to help. They don't have the ability to help themselves. These are some of the least fortunate and poorest people in the entire fucking world. That's why he's helping them. And you say exploiting children for financial gain and an ego boost? Yeah, he makes money off of these videos. And then he spends that money helping people. Like, there is nobody on the internet who is more philanthropic than Mr. Beast. He's provided shoes to almost entire nations. He helped hundreds of blind people be able to see. Now he's provided water to thousands in the poorest continent in the world. And you're upset. You're actually fucking mad at him for doing that. Like, do you understand how racist you have to be to hate on somebody for helping people you claim to care about? Like, I don't even know how you achieve that level of hatred of someone. You hate them so much that you get mad at them for helping people you claim to care about. That's fucking crazy.
And I know in his heart he thinks he's doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's because he is. He is doing the right thing. And I'm sure if you asked any of the people who now, for at least the next 30 years, will have access to clean drinking water, they would tell you the same thing. You are a privileged American, living in quite possibly the wealthiest nation to have ever existed. And if you're not going to do anything for Africans, how dare you be upset that somebody is willing to do what you're not just because of their skin color? That's just racism.
Using African villages as a stage for their white savior propaganda.
So you're upset that white people are helping black people. He wouldn't have to if black people helped black people. He wouldn't have to if Africans helped Africans, but they don't. And you say white savior propaganda? See, propaganda by definition is biased and misleading. There's nothing misleading about this. He is their white savior. And I think the 100 villages that he provided water for, you know, where the women of that village no longer have to spend their entire day carting water back and forth. Yeah, I think they're pretty fucking happy. I don't think they give a fuck about the skin.
Well, hello there. Quickly, what were the villages? You know what, I'll make it easier. What country? Because you just keep saying Africa. So that's continent. So which of the 54 countries are you talking about? And since you like definitions, he said white savior propaganda. So white savior means a white person who helps non-white people ostentatiously or for reasons viewed as self-serving, such as being admired. Like this? Or when they're forcing them to engage with white people even though they're scared? Or this? What about this one? Here? Oh, look, she's got bubbles. Oh, and she's dancing with the locals. You're right, we should be excited because white women like this lie about their credentials to go over and off 105 children and harm countless others. And then get their own documentary on HBO. And thank God this white guy went out there, because what would those children have done without him raping them? Gotta be grateful when the white people come over and use black children as props, even though they're screaming to let them go. And I guess this 7-year-old little black girl who hadn't seen her mom in a year, and when she finally talks to her mom, she finds out that her mom was tricked by the European adoption consultants. See, it was never the mother's intent to give up her child for good. She was told that her child was going to be going to get a better education. She believed that her daughter was going to be returned to her. But the agency had told the adoptive parents that her mother was abusive and that her father died. And thank God for those lies. But I do think it's good that white people get the credit that they so desperately need for them pretending to help fix a problem that their people helped in creating. And you're right, black African people never help each other. I don't know how I found so many videos like this. It's weird because there's so many places y'all could be going to in America, but I guess it's not as exciting to travel down to the bottom of Florida. Why don't you try Moldova? Nah, probably wouldn't work. They wouldn't be so excited to see your white skin. Anyway, I'm going to make a GoFundMe for the starving European American children. Remember, a cup of mayonnaise a day can keep the starvation away. And it's funny because you disrespected Africans by saying Africans don't help other Africans. That's why white people have to come and do it. And that seems right to you? Okay. 10 out of 10.
He wouldn't have to if black people helped black people. He wouldn't have to if Africans helped Africans.
Oh, can I play? He wouldn't have to if white folks stayed out of Africa. That's not the game we're playing? Okay, you're right. He wouldn't have to if Belgians had stayed in Belgium. You mean that's not the game we're playing? Oh. He wouldn't have to if the CIA stayed the fuck out of Africa and didn't kill Patrice Lumumba. Wait a minute. I thought that was the game we were playing. That's not the game that's not the game we're playing? Oh, I get it. You want to try to find a way to shame Africans for not taking care of themselves without addressing the fact that men that look just like him and you couldn't stay your motherfucking ass out of Africa. How can you help someone when everybody's been in it? Kind of hard for Africans to pull themselves up by their bootstraps when every time they turned around, there was some white European coming there to steal the leather, the rubber, and the boots that were made. Little factoid about history you guys don't like. Y'all have shit on Africa for so goddamn long. The continent, the nations, and the people. You do not know the difference between certain African fucking nations, the languages that they speak and things of that nature. You just picture Africa as being this one big ass glob of a continent. And if you will look at Africa that way, you also won't look at the fact that colonialism has fucked Africa 16 ways to Sunday. They have taken the resources, taken the minerals, taken the wealth, taken the people, and left Africa desolate. I mean, you're the older millennial, but I would think the word older, you would have read a book or 5 about this. I mean, that's not the game we're going to play. Because if we're going to play that game, let's play it. Let's play the game about the fact that here in the Congo right now, the place where I just talked about Patrice Lumumba, you know, the one that got killed and his body was disintegrated by the CIA because he had the temerity to socialize and nationalize certain things within the Democratic Republic of Congo. And then the CIA, after murdering Patrice Lumumba, then turned around and put a dictator in his place, in Mobutu. Are we not playing that game? Africa is one of those sort of places, as a continent with nations and people on it, that people that look just like you shouldn't talk about. You just shouldn't. Few continents on the planet Earth have been pillaged and R-worded more than Africa. It has been nothing but thieves that have come into that land. They have sown chaos. They have sown division. They have stolen resources. They have set up coups, and they have set up dictators and backed them up. And not just America, but England and France and Belgium and the rest of those places. They have fought wars, world wars, in that continent. And for any fucking white person, I'm sorry, I'm going to just call you Europeans, Caucasians, whatever the fuck you want to call it, for any of you to have a single solitary word to say about the conditions within the African nations on the continent of Africa is fucking hilarious. Fuck pot calling kettle black. That's pot stealing the kettle and then telling us why we ain't got no kettle. Every time Africans have tried to take care of themselves, it has been white colonial powers that have come in and made sure that didn't fucking happen. I think Latin America and Africa are running neck and fucking neck. Every time there's a resource that the colonial powers want, they will go in and find a way to steal it. Why is the Democratic Republic of Congo the place where we get cobalt, which is used in cell phones and electric cars, which should be a resource that enriches the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo? However, they are one of the poorest countries, not just in Africa, but on Earth. Why? Because of the colonial powers. Look it up. Look it up. Everybody talks about the atrocities of the funny mustache man. King Leopold did twice that to Congolese people. Twice that. While stealing rubber and any other natural resource he could get out of it. The idea of chopping off arms came from King Leopold of Belgium. I know you didn't know that. I know. You're the older millennial. You're not the smart one. So for you or anybody that looks like you to talk about the conditions in any nation on the continent of Africa is fucking laughable. It is fucking laughable. Considering how much fucking corruption has gone into anybody that has gone into Africa to steal their resources, to mistreat the citizens, the natives, and what have you. And then y'all will take the resources out of it. Take the human beings out of it. Then you will sit in your fucking little ivory fucking towers and talk about the conditions there and how bad they are. When these people are fleeing wars that were started by large Western colonial powers, and they go to countries like England or France or America, you talk shit about them. But you have no problem using the resources that you stole from them. So on behalf of everybody who doesn't look like you, when you talk about Africa, you should shut the fuck up. There should be a pause in anything you're about to say. Because you probably don't know, because again, you're the older millennial, not the smart one. No one in America that looks like you should say one goddamn thing about any condition in any country in the continent of Africa, considering the fact that they would not be in those conditions if it was not for people that look just like you.
So here we go.
The biggest YouTuber in the world, Mr. Beast, just posted a video of him digging 100 wells in Africa. And I got to say, as an African myself, I'm not impressed because I am sick and tired of watching these palm-colored influencers using African villages as a stage for their white savior propaganda. Issues like poverty, disease, and bad drinking water are not exclusive to African regions. Flint, Michigan is a good example of an American city that got all three of those things.
All right, so he built wells in 5 countries: Kenya, Uganda, Zimbabwe, Somalia, and Cameroon. Now, of those 5 countries, I'm going to show you the highest GDP per capita and the lowest GDP per capita, and then I'm going to show you the GDP per capita of Flint, Michigan. Of the 5 African countries I listed, Kenya has the highest one with a GDP per capita of $2,081 US. Somalia has the lowest with a GDP per capita of 446 USD. Now let's look at the GDP per capita of Flint, Michigan. Oh, it's almost 30,000 US dollars. Oh, and on top of that, there are 500 million people in 19 African countries that are deemed water insecure. Water insecurity is defined as the lack of reliable sources of water of appropriate quality and quantity to meet the needs for local human population and environment. So there are more people in Africa that are lacking these basic needs than the entire population of the United States. There are about 330 million people in the US. So yeah, it makes sense for him to go do that in Africa and not in Flint, Michigan. Now I'll wait, but go ahead and show me the large group of people in Flint, Michigan who have to do this.
The teachers showed me what the students credit.
Again, show me the large groups of Americans in Flint, Michigan who have to get their water like this. People like this would rather put their energy and focus on attacking people who have the white savior complex that he made up in his head about this situation, rather than being happy that Africans are being helped. We should be happy that 500,000 Africans now have access to clean drinking water. But no, we've got to throw a fit because Mr. Beast, who is white, went and helped black people in Africa who have less access to clean water and less access to resources than he does. Oh gosh, his savior complex. It couldn't be that he just wanted to go help some people in need. No, it's him being a white savior. Pathetic. People are more eager to call out white people for helping black people than to be happy for the black people that are getting the help they need. Absolutely unbelievable. How dare Mr. Beast have that white savior complex and go help some people who are in need? Bro, move along. Go sit down. Mr. Beast, keep doing your thing. Do not let people get to you. You're doing the right thing, man.
I don't see you donating to Africans. Those kids didn't have any good drinking water. Their schools were run down. Tables can't even stand. The main bridge that connects the hospital and all the other shit to the village is literally so bad that people were dying.
So this is absolutely all I got from the video. And then let me start by saying that I am not trying to shit Mr. Beats for what he did in some countries in Africa. But I don't know, like, it looks like it has become a thing for them coming down to Africa to, like, try to help people in order to gain access to some certain things, or in order to, like, get people talking, because it's more like, when they always come down to Africa, they look for a way to use the kids, especially it's more like the kids to exploit, like, Africans and all that. And also some missionaries, when they come, and the way we all already know, like, some stories flying around about what the missionaries that comes to Africa, what they do. I mean, that white savior complex. And um the only thing I blame is that I really do blame our leaders, because drinking water is not something that is hard for them to do. But the exploitation of the palm-colored people in African countries is just something we should look out. Then the older millennial, sincerely speaking, that man is very dumb. And sometimes when he said he's millennial, I expected him to, like, might have read books and all that to understand better. And he went further to say that Africans are very poor, and that is why white people are helping black Africans, because they can't do it on their own, and Africans are not helping themselves. I mean, it's just amazing how most of the things, most of these countries are surviving off Africa. And that is something we all know already, and which we are also pushing away Westerners, most especially, coming into Africa and stealing from Africa. Like Bishop Thomas already said, that you all already know what is going on in Congo. I mean, the Congo is where so many things, the mineral resources, Tesla, iPhones, most those things are, like Congo is where you find all these mineral resources. But the country that where these mineral resources are in are the poorest countries in the whole wide world. So he forgot to tell us that the pop-colored people have been invading Africans, stealing from them and running away. Like, I keep asking this, like, since Africans met them, where exactly are we? We are still at the same place we met them. Just the only thing is that we just keep running cycle. And then when we're running around, it looks like there is a little bit improved, but there is nothing. Everything we have, all we have, it is what they survive off from. So when people sit down in their huts and say that Africans are poor, I look at them and I am like, you really have a lot of digging to go do. Because when you are done digging, then you understand that you are living, you are surviving off Africa. Are we talking about our mineral resources? I keep saying this and I will never stop saying it, not until African leaders wake up against Westerners invading them and stealing from them. Not until then. But then, before we reach that stage, we are going to keep shouting. We're going to keep talking about it. Because if not, I don't know what it's going to happen. So yeah, I am not saying what Mr. Beast did is wrong, but then you all already know what is going on, the white savior mentality and all these things they go around to do. But I keep asking, why is it that each time white people come to Africa, they look for a way to stick their cameras and all that on kids' faces and the rest of it? Does it mean that there are no charity homes or things they can also do in their own country, or like some other European countries? I see videos of people dying of drugs or people living on the streets and all, like a whole lot of videos, people living in penury, people living in poverty in US and some other European countries. Why is it that I rarely see them go out there to stick cameras on their faces or help them and then put it online? But you all know, because a palm-colored person is trying to save a black person, it is definitely going to sell. This is all I got for you for now. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.